Okay, so I know you own a business and this has probably happened to you before, or you've joked about it, or you've actually done it. And that is that one of your guys or one of your employees, or maybe even you, has gotten into a small fender bender. Maybe you hit somebody, maybe you hit a fence post or a concrete guardrail or guide rail while you're picking up some materials on a job site. And instead of filing with the insurance company, you decide, I'm just going to pay this out of pocket. I'm going to not file the insurance claim. I'm going to not have a claim impact my rates in the future. And you just said, write the check, be done with it, disappear, forget about it. Insert funny forget about it joke here. I'm not going to do that today though. However, what you've actually done is you've done a couple of things. Number one is you have inadvertently increased your total cost of risk. Now, if you don't know what total cost of risk is, I know I have other videos out there that talk about it or other blogs that you can read about it, but essentially is you have a fixed dollar amount for your premium in the year, right? Your GL, your building, your work comp, your auto, your umbrella, all of those 4 or 5 policies have a specific amount of premium subject to audit, and I'm not getting there. That's a different video for a different day. When we look at those numbers, that's a set cost, whether you have a claim or not. Next year, your risk is reevaluated based on the market and your claim's history, and it helps determine that other amount. But when you have a claim and you pay it out of pocket, you're still paying your premiums. And then you're stacking that money out of pocket on top of it, which means you're increasing that total cost of actual risk. Every time you meet with your insurance provider, that's a cost to the staff and the payroll you're putting out of pocket. Every time you pay for training that your team does or doesn't do, every time you pay for a learning management system that your team does or doesn't log into, every time you pay for toolbox talks, that's part of that total cost of risk. Whether you do it or you don't, you're going to be susceptible to those things. Now, here at the McBride Agency, we try to help you reduce your total cost of risk because there's a couple of things I want to hit here today, and I promise there's a reason for this video. And if you hung around for 2 minutes at this point, there is a payoff. Number one, if you decide that you're going to pay out of pocket up to a certain threshold, my question to you is, why is your deductible so low that you don't feel the need to call your carrier? Because when you don't call your carrier, you have violated a duty to inform clause, and you have to tell your carrier anytime liability may arise. If you don't, they're under no obligation at any point in the future to pay any monies at all for any damage that may have occurred, whether that's property damage or then bodily injury. If you hit somebody else and they then come back 3, 4, 5 days later after you wrote them that $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 check, and they come back and say, oh gosh, my neck, my back is really killing me, I need to go to the chiropractor. And you try to go back to your carrier and say, hey, we did this, we paid out of pocket, they're coming after me. Your carrier has no obligation to continue to pay on your behalf. That's number one. Number two is, if you have a $400 or $500 or $600 deductible and you decide to pay out of pocket instead of having your insurance company do its job, why is your deductible $500 if you're going to pay out of pocket up to $1,000? Why is your agent not having you push that deductible to $1,000 or $2,500? We have a lot of our commercial contractors with large equipment or trucking operations, any sort of trucking operation. We put those deductibles at $25,000 or even $5,000 because that's not going to hurt them in the grand scheme of things. Sure, they don't want to pay it. Nobody wants an extra $2,500 bill. But if you don't have a claim, you didn't come out of pocket. If you do have a claim, you were going to come out of pocket that dollar amount anyways. But what we did is we lowered the actual fixed cost of that auto insurance policy. So if these are conversations or questions that your agent has never asked you, feel free to reach out to me. If you don't know by now, my name is Patrick McBride. I own the McBride Agency. We focus on contractors, manufacturers, real estate investors here in Illinois. We also do a ton with auto and home insurance, and we've got an entire team that can help with that, as well as your classic cars, toys, motorcycles, you name it. We try to do our best to provide you with a modern insurance experience with never compromising on a personal connection. If you have any questions at all, just drop them in the comments below, shoot me an email or just a DM. Happy to help in any way, shape, or form.